Hey, welcome back, everybody. Another episode, another video here of Banish the Doubt. In this video, what I want to talk about is governing, having control for one thing and one thing only, your own thoughts. Any doubts, this is why my channel is called Banish the Doubt. Any doubts that we have, we must get rid of them. That is old thinking. That's the thinking from the programming that was set up inside of you when you were just a child, when you didn't have the ability to question anything. You had no analytical mind yet, no conscious mind. So you accepted everything as truth. And if you're coming to this video because you're confused, you're frustrated, you're going through a challenge right now, welcome. Welcome to the community. Here you will learn how to take control of the one thing that governs everything, and that is your thoughts. Okay, so you see that circle I have up there with the different figures in it. The figures in black represent the average person who is asleep. They're not awakened. They don't have any awareness. They're just sort of blindly going through life. And that's 98 out of every 100 people in this world. Possibly even 99, but I'm going to say 98. They're just sort of blindly going through life. They have trauma from their childhood they're unaware of. Channels like mine and others on here on YouTube are devoted to awakening and having you and the rest of us open our eyes and see really what the ancients have known and been talking about for hundreds, even thousands of years. What the richest people in the world, not all, but a lot, know. So the other different color are the ones like yourself here, us getting out of that bubble, understanding that we understand how this works now, that the way we change the programming is to re-energize or re-engineer our brains, how we are wired. See, because we can actually, just by understanding this, just by learning what you've learned so far, and I'm only about 3 minutes into this, you are already changing your brain neurologically. You're already influencing the cells in your body and in your DNA. You can't feel it, but you are doing that. If you're still here 3.5 minutes into this, your body's already changing. Okay, so here's a quote that I would like for you to write down. I do not chase riches. I command them by wisdom. Okay? For what I chase, I admit I do not control. See, because and I put here ends meet. That's what a lot of, and go to the people that colored in black up there. Nothing bad or wrong, right or wrong about it, good or bad. I'm not saying that. I'm not casting any judgments. I'm just stating what actually is taking place in society. It has been taking place in our society for many, 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 many generations. I was just out shopping this afternoon, and while I was there, I was looking around, and the local shop right where I go here is having a job fair, and along the perimeter inside of the market, there was this long line. It's there I think every couple of months or so, long line of people waiting online to apply for a job. Now, there's nothing wrong, again, nothing wrong with the job. It's a great place to work. I believe I have a union, you have a career there. You can build somebody who's, got ambition could work their way up to management level. But what I'm saying is just the fact that they're looking at this as a job, they're defeated already. because working for somebody else, putting money in somebody else's pocket, trading your time for somebody else to pay you a wage is part of that toxicity. We did not come here to this earth to say, I'm going to take the most precious thing that I have while I'm here is this time, and I'm going to give it to somebody and then have them tell me how much I'm worth, how much I am worth in not even the marketplace, it's just in life. You see that, and that's part of the programming that has been instilled inside of us because the majority of this 98 out of 100 people came from this type of a background. They watched their parents, and you watched your parents, and their parents, and their parents. They keep going back. Say, okay, I'm going to leave here at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., whatever, and knock them 9 a.m., knock them home again until 4, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or I come back home. And because my financial situation is so tenuous, I have to now go back out and work somewhere else and take even more time away from my family. And we call this success. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. So I do not chase riches. I command them by wisdom. For what I choose, for what I chase, I then admit by chasing it that I do not control. Don't have any control. Okay. So the person who rules from within cannot be ruled from without. This is the wisdom we're talking about. If you're with me here almost 7 minutes in, you're really starting to get this. It is the inner game. See, money, healthy relationships, health itself is nothing outside of us. It's not to be found anywhere external to us. It is one place and one place only. It is in here, in between these temples. See, this is what Jesus said in the Bible. The place you will find me, the temple you will find me in, will not be made of human hands. Again, the place you will find me in will not be made of human hands. It is this wisdom that will carry you for the rest of your life, understanding that everything starts and begins and ends here in your brain. How you think and how you feel, first and foremost, only and forevermore about yourself. Because everything that is external to you is a reflection of what I just said. Okay, so let's continue. One accurate move from a wise mind breaks 1,000 frantic motions from a confused one. Again, one accurate move, a wise move, a move from a mind that has taken stock of itself. From a wise mind breaks 1,000 frantic motions from a confused one, from one that tries to chase. Okay? We try to chase success. Now, again, going back to the people in the store, there's absolutely nothing wrong with getting a job. But what fuels you, who you are on the inside, that voice that speaks to you, allow that job to fund that. Okay? So, again, nothing wrong with the job, but just have the wise mind, the understanding that it's not the be all end all. It is just it's just a spot. It's a means to an end, a bridge. Okay, so let's continue. Build a law of reflection. Okay. Now, at the end, now this is going to take work on your side. It's going to take reflection. It's going to take time for you to get away from the cell phones, the TV, the social media, and all that. If you're serious about doing this, if you're serious about why you're here, 10 minutes, almost 10 and a half minutes into this. Okay. What did I see today? Okay. Reflect on that. What did I see today? What patterns repeated? What did I do today that I did yesterday? Okay. What words did I speak that led to gain? And what actions did I take that led to loss? Actions could be reacting to something versus responding to something. So when we react, that action leads to loss. The fact that we react means that we're being ruled by old thinking. We're being controlled by old thinking. That's why we're reacting, because in that word react, I spoke earlier when I first started the video about when we were children, how we were programmed. We're doing it over, acting, whatever trauma took place. Whatever we didn't like from back there, we're still hanging on to. That's why we call it a reaction. We're taking the action and we're doing it over again. Okay? So it's never what's taking place in this moment. If you're reacting, you're just playing out a hurt, a trauma from when you were a child. Maybe somebody didn't pay attention to you. Maybe whatever that stimulus was that triggered you and triggered this reaction, that stimulus controls you. But when you respond to the stimulus, you are now staying in control. Again, like I talked about the wise man, the wise mind. One move breaks 1,000 frantic moves. Okay, so what did I see today? What patterns did I repeat? Okay, what words led to gain and what actions led to loss? Okay, we're going to look at that every day. You write this down. Okay, take stock in what we're doing because we can start notice, especially the one about patterns. Okay, we start noticing patterns. Well, just by writing it down, we are breaking them. The person who studies his or her own life masters it. That should be written everywhere. It should be on your bathroom mirror. You could put, as I study my life, I master it. Okay, so here we are. We're studying life and we're going to master it. You'll notice that some of the most successful people in this world are very calm. They're like the ocean on a nice calm day. Right? We can barely see a wave. That's how they carry themselves. You could just tell. You could just look at them. You don't even talk with them. You could just feel the energy coming from them because they have learned to master who they are, their thoughts, and they never rush into anything. Nothing about them is rushed. It's very calm, very planned, they're equilibrium. They have what's called high lows. They have high lows and low highs. Okay, so they have high lows and low highs. Okay, if things are going down, doesn't stay down that long, and this is going up. Okay, they don't get too frantic. They don't get too hyped up. They don't get. I think in the South here in the United States, they call that jacked sideways. Okay, so do not just live. Learn from living. Do not just live your life. Learn from it. What we're going to do. We're going to do this. We're going to take stock. Okay, the person who studies himself or herself will master it. Stillness before decision. I just talk about the person you see that has a lot of confidence. They're very serene. They have a lot of stillness before they make a decision. When you see clearly, then you will build permanently. We want to build this foundation. We want to go back and we want to understand and learn about how we got here, what events in our life led to here we are now, 15 minutes into the video. Okay, this is making sense. I understand this. I want to learn more about this. Okay, I want to learn how to master myself. Because as I master myself and my own thoughts, then the reward, the reflection is the gold, is the money, is the lifestyle. It's a style of living that reflects this inner stillness, this inner calm, this very deliberate way of living. So, I sow understanding and reap gold. This is right from Solomon. You can't see that part. That's because of the video, the camera here. But it says, I sow understanding, knowledge, calmness, and then I reap gold. And that up there says it. Your mind is either a throne or a battlefield. So up until this point, it may have been a bit of a battlefield for you, right? So now we're going to turn it into a throne. Every fear, every delay, and every doubt that you have had up until this moment is a reflection of an untrained mental parliament. It's a reflection of an untrained, undisciplined parliament. I'm just going to move this computer so you can see the rest of this. 1 second. Here we go. Okay. I rule my thoughts, therefore I build. I rule my thoughts, therefore I build my life. I connect with who I am on the inside. I never concern myself anymore with anyone or anything outside of me, because I know that they are nothing more than just a reflection of my thoughts. Okay? First thing in the morning, we want to think, what thoughts do I want to allow into my life today? And what doubts must be silenced? It's how you want to start your day. In fact, you want to start your day with those questions, but you also want to start your day with whatever desire you have. You want to wake in the morning before your feet even touch the floor, as you're laying in bed, as you're drifting into consciousness. You want to train your mind to see yourself living that life already. I am. You fill in that blank. If you would like any help in any of what I just described here, go to my channel, click on Coach Geo. I would be honored and I would love to work with you. I'm working on whatever this is. We're about 18 and a half minutes into this. You're still watching this. This is resonating with you. Let's go ahead and talk. Let's go ahead and work on building that so that you then become the masterpiece of your life. Make this life, this reflection back to you, an absolute masterpiece, because it already is. It's just been clouded. There's a veil in front of your eyes that you can't see it. Let's go ahead and work together and remove it. Have a great day.